For families researching a school, the physical campus tour is no longer the first interaction. That initial contact happens entirely through a glowing screen. Many school boards treat the topmost section of their website, the hero, as an aesthetic placeholder. They view it as a digital brochure where they can display a nice photo of a campus building. This section acts as the primary filter for the admissions funnel, directly influencing the institution's capacity to secure new tuition revenue. The competition for enrollment has expanded. A school is no longer competing solely against the institution in the next district. They are fighting for attention in a globalized digital market. When parents land on an admissions page, their expectations for usability are dictated by their daily interactions with the major tech and e-commerce platforms they use every day. This creates a narrow window for school communications directors. An institution has less than 2 seconds to communicate a unique value proposition. If the design creates cognitive friction within that tiny window, the user typically returns to their search results to find a competitor. Optimizing this space is the difference between a new admissions inquiry and a lost opportunity. When presented with data on digital optimization, school leadership often push back with a specific existential fear. They worry that adopting modern design tactics will sacrifice the school's historical essence. They view direct headlines and expansive white space as markers of a commercial enterprise, fearing these elements make an academic community look like a corporate sales pitch. A sharp, frictionless digital interface is the modern mirror of academic rigor. It signals that an institution is competent and organized. A cluttered, slow-loading interface from 10 years ago communicates technological obsolescence to prospective families. Authentic tradition is conveyed through heavy, confident typography and real photography of the student body. Relying on dense paragraphs of text and generic stock photos achieves the opposite. This friction often extends to internal staff. Current parents and faculty frequently demand that the top of the homepage feature cafeteria menus or announcements for upcoming internal events. A prospective family trying to evaluate a school's curriculum does not care about the daily lunch menu. Bombarding them with internal logistics creates immediate confusion. The hero section belongs to prospective families. Using this real estate for internal memos dilutes the value proposition and ignores the primary purpose of the public-facing website. The secondary block to modernization is a predictable administrative objection, the perceived cost of a professional web redesign. Financial committees often look at the price tag for digital development and classify it as a luxury expense, preferring to allocate those funds toward physical infrastructure. Evaluating the math requires shifting from the concept of upfront cost to analyzing student lifetime value. In enrollment management, lifetime value, or LTV, calculates the total projected tuition revenue a single student brings in over their entire duration at the school. This chart compares a standard web development budget against the lifetime value of a single primary school student. Based on average tuition, one student enrolled for 13 years represents over $166,000 in revenue. For secondary academies and boarding schools, the calculus scales. The lifetime value of those students pushes past $500,000 each. Securing just one additional enrollment covers the cost of a complete website overhaul. The opposing force to that revenue generation is prospect leakage, the loss of interested families due to a poor user experience. Data shows that 38% of interested prospects abandon a website instantly if the layout is unappealing or difficult to navigate. A website that fails to convert those initial visitors acts as a constant tax, draining potential revenue from the institution's operating budget. One of the most persistent causes of prospect leakage is the image carousel, or slider, placed at the top of the page. This feature is usually the result of internal compromise. The design tries to appease the athletics, arts, and academic departments by giving each of them their own rotating slide. Administrators assume that a moving slideshow proves the school offers a comprehensive experience. The reality is that carousels lower conversion rates and degrade the user experience. This heat map illustrates university testing data on slider interactions. The engagement is isolated to the initial frame, leaving the subsequent frames unread. Only 1% of visitors click on a slider. Of that tiny group, 90% only interact with the first image. The automatic movement triggers banner blindness, causing users to ignore the space. Furthermore, forcing a browser to load 5 high-definition images sequentially creates load delays that lower your search engine ranking. The failure of the carousel is a result of Hick's law. Hick's law states that the time it takes an individual to make a decision increases with the number of choices presented to them. Attempting to broadcast 10 different messages simultaneously overloads the visitor. They absorb nothing and leave. Visual layout is dependent on the technical scaffolding running beneath it. Committees often assume that an impressive digital presence requires heavy, high-definition video backgrounds. In modern interface design, load speed is a hard constraint that dictates conversion rates. This data tracks page load times against user retention on mobile devices. If a hero section takes longer than 3 seconds to load, 53% of incoming traffic abandons the site. You must meet the first contentful paint benchmark. Your primary headline must be legible on screen in under 1.5 seconds. To achieve this, the section has a strict weight limit of 4 megabytes and must maintain a 4.5:1 color contrast ratio for accessibility compliance. Staff often worry that complex digital tools will increase their manual workload. Modern interfaces utilize secure APIs to embed intake forms directly into the hero section, linking a visitor's inquiry to the school's internal management software. A technically optimized hero section functions as an automated admissions assistant, centralizing data flow and reducing administrative entry errors. Correcting an underperforming hero section requires a focus on cognitive clarity for the prospective parent. The layout should allow a visitor to understand the school's value in under 2 seconds. This wireframe demonstrates the necessary technical components, starting with the value proposition. This headline is capped at 10 words and answers exactly what the student will gain at the school. The second component is visual hierarchy. You engineer the layout to guide the eye in a Z pattern, moving from the headline down to the subhead. Next is a singular call to action. Placing one high contrast button at the end of the visual path increases conversion rates by over 200%. Trust markers, such as regional accreditations or university placement logos, must be visible in the primary view to build immediate credibility. Finally, the entire framework must stack on a vertical axis to accommodate the mobile majority without breaking the layout. Modernizing the digital front door aligns a school's public presentation with its academic standards, validating its prestige in a competitive market.